back to the second edition of this podcast. As you can see, we are in a,
Fresnay on a rock.
in a rock, on a rock.
On a hidden gem.
We're looking at the view.
And the view's a lot of, what do you say, Iranian guy? No, definitely Saudi Arabian.
Yeah,
What are they?
men.
Turkish.
Oh,
Right.
possibly. Yeah, I guess so. But what's the topic of today's talk?
You are 21 years old.
That's actually disgusting. 20. You know, I'm actually closer to 40 than being born.
Do you know how many times you've said that?
Oh, I'm just letting you know that I'm
You've
closer
said
to.
this so many. You're closer to 40 than you are to when you were born.
Which means I'm like nearly fossil. Like I'm nearly dead.
Well, I mean, you do have a bad back.
Okay. Look at you. You can't even like bend. Like, look, if you bend forward, you're gonna like croak.
That was from you. I didn't make a sound.
Oh, you can't see, but like, this is so weird. But look where the crane is, right? Now look on the beach.
There's a crane. Wait.
Like the yellow crane right down there.
Oh, yeah.
Now look further ahead on the sand.
I just see boulder. What is it on the boulder?
No, okay.
Oh,
look-
there's people underneath the crane.
no, okay. Now look, like a little bit straight, but like in the middle of the sand, like between the rocks, like between.
Like the indentations on the sand.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Looks like lips.
What type of lips?
I'll leave it as just lips. Really fat lips. Cut that. Don't put it in. Right, anyway, you turned 21.
That's actually disgusting. I didn't think I'd make it, Joe.
Oh, you almost didn't.
Have you ever thought like how many times have you nearly died?
One comes to mind.
What? You shot yourself in like Bali.
No, I never shot myself in Bali. I'm talking about day in Clifton. Was it Clifton?
Oh, Lindadno.
No, Llandudno, yeah.
Wah! Monkey man. Although monkeys can swim.
So yeah, I'm worse than a monkey.
It's actually tragic. But I mean, I don't blame you. Like, imagine like this is all water, and someone could be like in that water.
Yeah,
Have you
well, I
ever-
was pulled in by a riptide,
Okay, but that's like a given, you know.
and I
Like
don't know
rips-
how to swim properly.
Yeah, that's a perfect combo.
Hmm?
I mean, even if I was in a riptide, I wouldn't know how to get out. I'd just be floated out. I'd be shark jump.
At least I got saved by a man. But then other men were laughing at us, like in the water, like these fucking guys fucking drown. Look at these fucking bastards. Am I allowed to swear?
I swore on the last one.
Oh yeah, we did. What was that?
I kind of love how we just took this rock. Like,
Oh yeah, because people see a camera,
they see a camera,
they're not
they
even
see,
touching it.
they see two guys talking. I think it's quite funny, actually. So what's your resolutions for your 21st, since you are
No,
fussy?
you go first
No,
because
you-
are 21. I'm turning 21 next year.
I don't have much to say about being 21. Like, it's actually disgusting because I feel
You
like
are legal. You are of legal age to drink in America,
fuck yeah. But
which
will I ever
means
go there?
you are doing really well in a very slow country
I also just
full of
think
slow people.
Yeah.
You don't have any American viewers, right?
Sweet home Alabama, I'm coming home to you.
That's not how that song goes.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
My resolutions for 21. I don't want to get to like finance, bro. You know. Yeah. But if you're like talking socially or like, I don't know, like what aspects would you say? Like, if
Let-
you think of a resolution, what is like one general thing that everyone talks about?
Not everyone talks about it, but being happier.
So would you say that's a mental thing?
Okay, yes, it's definitely a mental part of it, yeah.
I would say if we're talking about mental, then for my 21st resolution, it would be to be more at peace with myself.
Mm.
Um, Understanding my actions, let's just say that, and not acting impulsively. Basically maturing, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Um, then if we're thinking of other aspects, fashion, that's another thing.
Oh, yeah, for me, big time as well.
I want to improve on my fashion.
I mean, you're already pretty good at it.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
I'm just,
Nice t-shirt.
yeah, it's a nice t-shirt.
It's
This
a
is
great
very nice
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Yeah, it's definitely mental well-being and fashion.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to get technical with work because I mean, like, every single day everyone's talking about work. Like, hey, like, how's work going? What you doing at work?
Mm.
There's more to life than work. You know.
I think that's like a sly shot at me.
Well, no, not really. I just think that some people get fortunate with their opportunities in life, and some have to like thug it through in the workforce.
Mm.
And then either way, like, people still learn from that. They learn
Mm.
from working, and then also they learn from the opportunities they have.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Those are some good things to look forward to in the new year, or for the rest of the year.
Yeah. How are you gonna spend your last year as a technical last teen? Because technically speaking, like, 20 is still like the last of teens, even though
Yeah,
like a lot of people say,
that is true, but also my one friend, right, she said this, that she got this, I don't know, it's from her grandmother. Her grandmother said, like, I could be wrong, but she said that as long as you're still living with your parents, you are still a child, no matter
Ooh.
what. Once you move out, that's when your adult life begins.
yeah. But
Because you can do all these adult things, smoke, drink, do this and that, but you still live with your parents. Are you still an adult?
Are you still a child if you're traveling by yourself, but still living with your parents? Riddle me that.
That is, it's like 50-50, because you can do all these adult things, but then you go home to your parents. Like,
yeah,
you
like
go
you
out.
still come back to them.
Yeah, which is also comforting, but also sometimes you feel you just need your own space.
Yeah. And I think it's like, it's not tricky, but it does get a bit frustrating when you get older and you're still living with your parents, because you're still confined to their beliefs and you've grown up outside of their beliefs. So it kind of causes conflict.
Yeah, but I think it's also, great if you have understanding parents. Like, they understand you are changing, you are doing this, you're doing that. And it's, just much better if you have understanding parents, which is, I mean, the truth is that not everyone doesn't, but when we mean by not a lot, we mean the vast majority.
Yeah.
So that obviously sucks.
Yeah, and it's hard
But
to
I think-
change your parents is like,
because they're older. But I think
not only because they're older, it's just that, like, the way they were taught things as well.
so they're kind of set in their ways.
Yeah, and it's hard to change their ways as well. But over time, they will realize, like, oh, my child's actually not a child anymore.
I think a lot of them have to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely hard for them, but I think it's something they have to realize.
It'll happen over time.
Mm.
But back to the question, are you still a child if you're traveling? Or are you still an adult if you're living with them?
I think it's 50-50. Definitely 50-50.
Yeah.
Because you can't completely be an adult whilst, I mean, there are some adults that move out that go back to live with their parents,
Yeah.
due to financial reasons.
But, like, hypothetically, let's just say, like, you decide to move to Monaco. Okay, maybe not Monaco. I don't know, somewhere in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
You go to Italy, you stay there for about 3 months, and then you come back to your parents. Like you've got a full job, you're living by yourself, you've got your own apartment. Would that still be considered an adult? Like, are you an adult there and a child here, or are you more of an adult than a child in general?
That's such a real thinker of a question.
I didn't actually need to smoke weed for that question.
I don't think any of us had to.
I don't know. When I get philosophical, like I can just yap.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's excruciating to experience, but
Yeah, sometimes you just don't need substances to make you open up and think philosophically. What's it about sitting on a rock that makes us sound so...
and it's like one of those the where it like closes the border videos and then has like water and then text.
We got that.
Yeah.
I think back to the original question though.
Mm-hmm.
What are my goals
Yeah. What is
for my
your goal?
last year?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's not talk work, because work I could go on and on about. But if it were to be now, I would want to get another job.
Are you speaking into the mic?
Am I talking about
Wait.
women?
Okay, I'm on the left, you're on the right.
Yeah, well, actually that works out.
But yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, so maybe I'm not speaking loud enough. My bad.
yeah, you definitely weren't. You weren't talking loud enough in the car.
Maybe because you're deaf, you're old. Look at you.
You are actually older than me.
Okay, but I look older than you. I look like a child. I look like I'm 16. Exactly.
You know what? Someone at work, one of the new guys, actually thought I was like 29, and another one thought I was a supervisor.
Okay, because look at your beard.
It's not just the beard; it's my demeanor.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I would like to get a new job
Mm-hmm.
that earns more money.
Okay, financial, yes.
Yes, that's financial. Earn more money.
Uh-huh.
Get a car by
Yeah.
myself instead of sharing one with my mom.
Financial freedom and also freedom.
Yes, and like I think if you were to talk mental wise, come to terms with not having someone after a long time.
Ooh, didn't speak about relationships and stuff.
Yeah, I would like to start, because I was okay with being by myself. Now it's difficult after that relationship. I'm not saying the relationship was bad. I'm just saying, you got so used to being with someone for so long. You always had that someone to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's gone.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I just want to be okay on my own and not having to resort to, wanting to go out all the time, focusing on work too much, avoiding certain issues. I just like to be happy and
Fair
content
enough.
with myself.
Fair enough. That's well said. I think that's a good goal. What are you gonna implement to accomplish those goals this year?
Well, I actually don't know. I haven't actually thought. I mean, I have the goal in my mind, but I don't know how to. I've actually thought how to actually accomplish that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, time heals all.
100%.
It'll take a lot of time just
Yeah.
on itself. But I think, I don't know, like go out. I used to go out by myself a lot. Excuse me. I would go
Influenced
for-
by me.
Yes, you were a big help in that. What's going on?
Making it lighter.
Oh, my ass hurts. My ass hurts from all these pokey rocks.
My booty hole.
My booty hole is fine. No, damn. That is a nice looking girl. That's a nice looking girl.
It's literally what you said for the past 5 minutes contradicts everything that you
I'm
just
sorry.
That's actually terrible.
Yeah, very terrible.
That's what you need to work on.
That too.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back to, like going out for drives alone, going out to eat alone, doing things you would do as a couple. You can do it alone, start to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is obviously a bad example,
Yeah.
but we
terrible
do this all the
example.
time.
Yeah.
He's an exception.
Ew. I also just think.
Fuck you.
Sure.
Okay, no. You know what? Whatever.
If we're looking at my resolutions in like relationships and stuff,
Yes.
it's not to jump straight to conclusion or seek attention. I'm not gonna fall for the attention. Like imagine someone at work gives you A grade attention, and then you're like, oh, like she's acting different, but that person actually is just being who she is. You would fall for that, would you not?
Yeah.
So I think for me, it would be just to, how can I say?
We are attention whores.
Yeah, I think to an extent everyone is an attention whore. Like from day to day, there's like different levels of attention. Like in friendships, the attention isn't the same as like in a relationship.
Yeah.
And when you have the attention from a relationship, then you become addicted to that. Then you're like, oh, I want more. I want this person because they're giving me that validation and attention. Whereas in a friendship, it's more like mellow, but still like enough, but it's not like addicting. It also depends on the person. Yeah.
How do you cope with that when your friend obviously turn into your partner and then you lose them both, or lose that person, which is two things at the same time? How do you cope with that?
Ooh. I think, I tell this to everyone, like no one really prepares you for that. That's like your best friend. You start off pretty close and then you transition pretty quickly to being together. And then you realize when it ends, you're basically leaving a part of you behind. Like another chapter is just like being left. How is that?
Short.
Nah, I'm freezing here. How?
I'm tempted to actually just fucking close this up like this.
White people.
That's you said it, not me.
I just think there's no real way to cope with it other than time,
Yeah, because I know we're both dealing with that at the same time.
which is like, yeah.
It sucks. We both
Like,
technically lost our best friends.
yeah.
Well, yours is not due to your own mistakes. Mine was.
But I mean, like, it was your first like proper committed relationship, so obviously you didn't know how to react properly in that situation, and I feel like you didn't understand and didn't know that this is how it is to be in a relationship,
Especially when things get tough.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone can look at a relationship and be like, oh, it's about flowers and roses, but no one really thinks about like the negatives. And it's just trying to like sit through the negatives, and deal with it, communicate. And I think, unfortunately, in today's age, communication is actually fucking shocking.
Very shocking.
Like, yes, I may be 21. I may sound like an old bones saying that communication is terrible, but generally it is. Like, I think people expect too much and receive too little, or they expect way more and receive nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And as soon as you want to mention this to someone, like your partner hypothetically, they either close you off or they just like shut you down, Daddy, I want a pony. Oh God. I should not. This is actually terrible. What was I saying? Oh, commitment and all
Communication.
that. Communication. It is actually... Communication can go a long way. It's just a simple like, hey, are you okay? Or hey, can we talk? But I think...
And also understanding of each other's situations. Like,
Mm,
you know, sometimes you can't speak every single minute of every single day. There'll be times when you can't talk. There'll be
Yeah.
times when you just don't feel like talking.
yeah. And I think,
And that's tough.
I know for me, I thought that if I stopped speaking, the connection would go. You know, if I stopped speaking for like 1 or 2, 3 days, then I would lose the connection.
That's stupid.
No, I feel like, yes, it is actually. But I feel like
Like,
it
no
would,
offense to that, but that is
no,
like...
that
Okay, but also that could have been because of certain things that happened in the past.
well, you see, okay, I feel like if you speak to someone every single day, at some point you're gonna get tired of that, and you're not gonna live your proper life because you're gonna constantly be waiting for their message, or they're gonna be constantly waiting for your message, right?
Yeah.
But then if you get so used to that, you would think as soon as you stop, you would start overthinking. But I'm just a chronic overthinker, you know. So I would just think like, oh no, this is not working. Something's off because
They're not talking to
they're
you.
not talking or I'm not talking. And I think also if you do a lot of pattern recognition as well, that's like a killer. You know, if you like recognize their patterns and stuff, like the way they talk, how they respond.
But I think you're going to do that if you talk to them every single day. You're going to
Yeah, you like
start to
after.
read their patterns.
Yeah, it's like being imprinted in a way.
Mm.
So I just love how we like jab this rock and everyone's like sitting. We're like,
Everyone has to share off but us.
ha, we cool because we have a camera. I don't know.
We'll be getting a lot of like shady looks, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Did they have to Spider-Man up this rock? No, we did.
Are we making a podcast? Are they not?
No, they're not.
We are, because we're cool like that.
Exactly. Oh, something dropped.
Lens cap.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna chase a relationship in the next. I don't know. Next few months to years, because obviously, like I said, I want to like focus on work and stuff.
Yeah. But what if something comes to you?
I think
Like, what
my-
if something just comes to you, like, you weren't thinking about it, you just said, oh, this girl, you want to be a friend, and then, you know, things move on.
like that obviously happened with my first relationship, and it like happened so quickly and naturally that it caught me off guard. But now after experiencing all that, I'm like, okay, my walls are up. I know my expectations are high. And I'm not gonna go chasing, because like if you keep on chasing, you know, it's just gonna, well, how can I say, it's gonna bring down your motivation or like hope.
That's couple goals.
Yeah.
2 photographers.
You see.
Sorry, I'm sorry to cut you off on that.
That's like the worst way to cut me off. I think if someone hypothetically came into my life again, my walls would be up until I know they like, if they like Trojan horse in a way. If you know they knock down my wall and then they like give me so much that I didn't expect that they can give. That's actually a good analogy, Trojan horse. You know, because like, you know, your wall is up, and you know everyone can knock at it, but as soon as like one person comes with like a Trojan horse and like inside is filled with like everything that you need and want, then that could change. But
Pause. I have to blow my nose. My nose is leaking. I couldn't help it.
what the fuck?
Oh, you know, we could call this a Sunset Podcast.
Sunset podcast,
We
yes.
actually make that a whole series.
I could actually.
But it's becoming winter. But winter has something to do with sunsets.
Oh, that'd be cool, like in the rain, but like not in the rain. I don't know how.
I think the Sunset Podcast is definitely something to look at.
No,
Like an idea.
It's getting darker sooner, so
Yeah, it's getting very cold.
yeah. I'm not stopping it, I'm just making it lighter.
More couple goals. Over there.
See, This is actually like the ideal place to take someone, and I actually wanted to take you know who here, but don't say.
First or second?
Second.
Second.
I didn't actually know this place.
We came here last year, isn't it?
Was I in a relationship last year?
No.
Yeah.
I was. Oh no, I'm not.
Ugh. Couples hate them. I do think it's quite funny that like well, me specifically, like, oh, I hate couples, but as soon as I see a couple, then I'm like,
I miss that.
I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Why
I think
can't I have
everyone
it?
is like that.
Nah, but I'm more like I'll say it out loud and make sure they hear it.
Oh no, I'll go to my friends and I'll tell them, fuck this couple, look at them, look at this, they're looking so happy, fuck you, I'm gonna kill, I'm not gonna kill you, I'm gonna run you over with my car.
And
I
then
want it.
Yeah, and then as soon as you're in it, then you're like, oh, it's like nice, and then you realize there's like negatives as well. But I mean, I guess that's with everything. There can't always be ups.
No, yeah, there has to be ups and downs to every single thing. I mean, that's life. There can't always be ups. If there's only ups. I was waiting for you to do that. If there's only ups, there's definitely something something is gonna go wrong.
Yeah, like right now, I feel like I'm going on my down. Like September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb was maybe not Feb, but those 5 months, 5 months, 6 months, 5 months, let's say that, have been like pretty good for me. Both like in my mental state, financially, socially, and now I think a lot of things have changed since then, and I feel like I'm going through a decline. Not in my mental health, but like everything else.
Are you okay?
I am. It happens in cycles.
Yeah, I know it does.
And it also has to play with the weather as well, you know.
Oh, winter's gonna be terrible.
I am
Oh, fuck, why did I think about it? Now I'm just thinking about it.
Well, guess what? I got my visa today and it's 6-month visa. You know what that means?
You know what? You can go to England.
I will.
I'll be stuck here.
I will eat my sausages and mash.
No, you'll be eating a can of beans every day. you're gonna be full of gas.
I hate beans. I want nothing to do with beans.
You know, beans curry is nice. Like with
Like
cut
what
up
type?
little vegetarian sausages.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
Look, just plain stock old beans is
Beans.
terrible. But if you add things to beans,
Beans.
beans are bean harvey.
Oh, what was that other picture with the peas?
I don't know who it was, but it was like P. It can't be P Harvey.
P. Harvey. Yeah. Oh, I think oh, did I tell you? December, my parents want to go to Singapore.
Yeah, my dad wants to go to Abu Dhabi in December as well. Well, he said he wants to go watch the last Grand Prix, and then I was like, "You can't do that
Yeah,
to
you
me."
can't do
And then he
that.
was like, "He's also going to the Shanghai Grand Prix next year," and I'm like, "That's actually more attainable bit for me because I think it's the
2026.
cheapest Grand Prix on the calendar, right?
What?
The Shanghai Grand Prix.
I think so.
I said it's more attainable,
Yeah.
definitely. So we could be going to Shanghai next year.
Nice. Traveling.
Hopefully Joe Guan Yu has a seat. Just saying.
Maybe. My travel schedule for this year.
It's probably packed.
It's unconfirmed, but I want to do these. I want to go to South America.
Brazil.
Ooh,
Don't go to the what do you call it?
Favela.
Favelas, yeah. You're gonna
I'll
get
fit
robbed.
in. I'll fit in.
You'll get robbed.
I'll fit in.
Isn't it worse than like
It is worse than Cape Town, but
Yeah.
it's like walking in like Khayelitsha. I would feel like.
yeah, and you
Actually, no.
are a prime target, you know, Apple
No,
Watch,
no.
Apple phone,
You know what I'm gonna do?
camera.
I'm gonna wear like my
You gotta look as ratty as possible.
righty. I'm gonna wear like a soccer t-shirt. Brazil one has to be a Brazil one.
Football.
Then I'm gonna wear like one of those like shorts,
Are you gonna go with sluffies?
flip flops. You know, Havanas. And then-
Havanas or Havanas?
It's Havana. Havana, Unana.
See, it can't be Havana because Havana is H-A-V. Havana,
There's a V in
flip-flops.
it.
No, it's H-A-I-V. Or H-I-V-A. No, oof.
No, not HIV.
Queen, pretty much.
But yeah, I want to go to that. And I was looking at this like accommodation and shit, and it's, I think, 1 bedroom, but it's like a community thing. But this like room is massive. It's like, it's massive, and for the month it's about 7,000 rand. And then
That's
flights.
actually kind of just like, it's like in a nice area, yeah. 7,000 rand a month.
Do you know how expensive things are?
Okay, in a bad area, it's 7,000 rand a month.
Yeah. But anyway, 7,000.
I'm just hopeful.
Ugh.
Ugh.
7,000 rand a month, or not a month, but like for the month, and then flights are between like 11,000 and 13,000, which is actually pretty good. So Brazil is definitely on my list after I come back from the UK, and then my dad wants to do Berlin in September.
Oh yeah, because of the conferences.
Yeah, and then
And Singapore is also conferences, right?
but that's in December. So yeah, so I think that would be like every continent except for Australia and America, which is good.
Down under. Terrible accent. You can go see Daniel Ricciardo. You go in the beginning of the year, go watch. Oh no, that's in March.
Ooh, that's pretty far. But you need a visa as well. And like,
But I think maybe you work towards it.
I could.
But I think it's really expensive though.
Yeah, I definitely want to see at least one F1 Grand Prix in person. If not this year. Wait, isn't 2026 next year?
Yes.
Didn't they say that they want to do?
South Africa.
Yeah,
Isn't that
Was it
coming in 2027?
it was
Ooh.
close.
Which one would you rather prefer, Kyalami or
Kyalami.
Cape Town, the
Kyalami.
street circuit?
Kyalami, because Kyalami is more like,
It's an actual track.
one is an actual track and there's like history behind it.
There is.
Whereas, there's so many other street tracks on the calendar. South Africa, Cape Town specifically would
You know what I think they should do? Remove Miami, replace with Cape Town.
Yeah, Miami's like weird. It looks like a horseshoe.
Fuck Miami. Miami is like the worst Grand Prix. All the fake F1 fans that are celebrities, they just go there. It's so expensive. Same with Las Vegas. I mean, Las Vegas, if you actually drive the track, it's really good. If you see it being driven, it's really good.
Yeah.
But and also it looks like an upside down pig.
Yeah.
But the prices, it's just terrible. If you think there's too many American tracks. I'm sorry, there's too many American tracks.
Miami.
The only good American track
Costa.
is Kota. That is the only good American track, and I'll stand by it.
Yeah.
Because that has history. That's been on the F1 calendar for so long. Oh, Brazil, such a good
Sao
track.
Paulo is actually quite nice.
It is such a good track.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's Miami, there's Kota, there's Las Vegas, there's one more.
No. Miami. Las Vegas. Kota. Yeah, that's it.
No, there is one more, isn't there?
Where would it be?
I don't know. America is massive.
Do you want to consider Mexico's one?
No,
Exactly.
Mexico is a good track.
I don't remember it.
The Minister of Defense, the Mexican Minister of Defense,
I don't remember it.
Checo Perez.
Is that the one that goes through the grandstand?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
What's
When-
now Carlos Sainz won last year.
I don't remember who won it, but I just
It
remember.
was Carlos Sainz.
I just remember Perez's dad kissing someone. Yeah.
I think that's the end of the podcast.
Oh, you're getting cold and hungry, aren't you? just say yes.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Aren't you?
No, I'm like enjoying it. Like it's actually really therapeutic. I really needed this after my little situation that I had.
Or getting fucking wine drunk and throwing up in the shower.
That was actually tragic.
We're not the only ones filming, yeah?
Imagine someone starts screaming and be like, there's a bird, and starts throwing rocks at it.
It sounds like a big fucking mosquito.
Just like- what was I saying? Oh, fuck. Wine is not it. It's like,
If you do it right, it is. You did it terribly.
okay, I will admit,
You did it terribly.
I had way too much. I just don't drink wine.
If you drink it right,
Although I did actually have the one that you suggested.
the Bait and Blanc.
It
It's
was
a white wine.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's a good white wine.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet. It's not too sour. It's just right.
Yeah.
It's right there.
I just want to like throw something at it. I run and jump at it.
But what we should do
Sorry.
is go wine tasting, so you can get a difference between the red and the white and the rosés, which is mixed between red and white. I think you would actually like rosé. It's Jeremy Clarkson's favorite wine.
Clarkson. Yeah, I think rosé maybe.
But rosé can be sweet. I haven't had rosé in so long. 'cause it's
I
just
prefer
terrible.
like sweeter alcohol beverages, like cocktails.
Well, you know,
Sumptions.
there are certain wines. I know there was one wine, I think it was Dimmersfontein.
That sounds
They
familiar.
had a chocolate red wine.
Chocolates.
Not chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. I think it's gonna get stuck in a bush.
What?
I think it's gonna get stuck in a bush.
Yeah. Well, that's the drone I wanted to get.
Really?
Yeah, it's the DJ Maverick 4 or Mini 4 Pro. Yeah. Careful.
I needed to stand up.
Yeah. Are we concluding this podcast? Because you are.
Oh, that's why.
Thank you for watching. Do not subscribe. Do not like the video. Just watch the video. Comment. Shane.
What?
Shane's hip is bad.
It's my back is bad, not my hip. Okay, my hips are fine, and
Thank
my hips
you.
don't lie.